Welcome back to another tech review. Now, today we are going to be reviewing the AirPods, or the Chinese knockoffs of the AirPods. Let me be honest here, I'm not too sure if these actually are Chinese AirPods. They're made by Iterable. You get to say that anyway you want, but I am a illiterate Finnish person. I'm not actually illiterate, just stop. I understand my older videos may have had a couple of misspellings, and some of my newer videos might have some misspellings, but I don't care. Fuck you. So yeah, these are the AirPods. Pretty much, aside from the logo on here, these look pretty similar to the actual case, but I can tell you this one is a little more lighter. It isn't as heavy as the normal AirPods, and then also it feels definitely much cheaper. Like right now, I can pretty much just like push that in like that, and with the normal AirPods you can't do that. I can't do that with the plastic. The plastic is so hard that you can't do that. Then the charger is still the same as an iPhone charger, which I was actually a bit surprised. I thought they were gonna use like, I don't know, like a mini USB, but no, they use literally the normal lightning cable, which is very great because I use an iPhone. My phone is right here, so which is very great because I use a iPhone. And if you're wondering about this phone, this is the iPhone XR. On charge, by the way, if you're wondering. But yeah, so I use the iPhone XR, so it's very great to be able to hook these up together. That's the outside of it, but I know what everybody wants to see, and that's the inside. So there you go. Alright, so that's the inside. And looking on there, that looks pretty much identical to how they look in real life. Like, look at that. They look pretty much identical to how they look. But taking them out, you can definitely tell they look pretty similar, but minus some small differences. First of all, the first difference what I can tell is this part right here is much more fatter. With the normal AirPods, it's a bit more skinnier. It's still fat, but it's a bit more thinner, and on the normal AirPods, it's about like that much longer even. This section on them, so that's pretty interesting. And then also the normal AirPods have like a little circle right here. I don't know what the circle does, but that's there for some reason. But I can also tell with the case opening it, the back of the lid of the case actually moves around. I don't know how well you can see that. The case moves around, and I'm not too sure if that's because shipping and it kind of broke on shipping or something like that, or it broke in my pocket, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, that has actually been there since the beginning, to be honest. Let me be brutally honest. Before we actually get into the main sound category, the main feel and the comfort of these things are pretty much like normal AirPods. You should probably not get in and expect anything else. They pretty much feel like normal AirPods. But as far as sound, they don't have as good a sound as, I would say, the normal AirPods. The normal AirPods have very noticeably a much better sound quality to them than these. These have a bit more of a shittier sound. It's still good, but it's a bit worse. If you listen to like softer music, I wouldn't say you would tell much of a difference from these and the normal headphones, but my personal taste on music is heavy metal. So when I'm listening to like Sabaton or something like that, and I listen to that bass, it really doesn't sound good. The bass on these is very terrible. But otherwise they do feel great. Otherwise than that, they do have pretty much everything else about the sound is pretty much like the normal AirPods, but just the bass. And another thing which also people want to know is probably the range. because of if you know, these are wireless, completely wireless earbuds, like every other earbuds. Raycons. So these are pretty much just wireless earphones. So people definitely want to know the range on these. So I tested this out. So I left my phone in my room and I went and took out the trash, and they got me about as far as halfway to the bin, because our bin is actually pretty far away. I'll insert a bit of footage which I filmed on how far the bin is. On these beautiful AirPods is obviously, if you want to have that real sound to your headphones, you don't want to spend or if you want that real deal, I would definitely recommend spending that a little bit more money to buy the real AirPods, because I think what these were about, these have been like $20, so that little extra money, or a lot more money actually, does do the trick, at least if you're like me who listens to heavy metal or other bass heavy songs. Alright, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Next week we are going to be reviewing a hygiene care set, and so I will see you then. And also go and watch my live streams. I always live stream on Sundays, and then I upload the live streams onto this YouTube channel on Mondays. I hope I see you then. Goodbye.